that's all about making equitable access to medical nutrition a reality. I'm your host, Joanna, and this month we're dedicating this episode to raising awareness about homocystinuria, or HCU, and cobalamin disorders in honor of HCU Awareness Month. Today we have a very special guest with us. Bharat is a classical homocystinuria patient and a passionate advocate who's dedicated to supporting individuals with HCU. He is also a crucial part of providing suitable access to suitable food options for those with dietary restrictions. As we dive into this episode, we will explore Bharat's personal journey, his advocacy efforts, and the amazing work being done to Taste Connections. We'll also touch upon the Medical Nutrition Equity Act and how it can impact the lives of individuals managing conditions like HCU. But before we dive into this conversation, it's essential to remember the Medical Nutrition Equity Act is still a pending bill, and that could revolutionize the way healthcare companies cover medically prescribed foods, formula, and necessary vitamins. It's a crucial piece of legislation that could change lives for the better. Today we will explore the world of homocystinuria. Bharat will share his personal journey and his advocacy work, and how his website, Homocystinuria Support, is making a difference. We'll also delve into the incredible work of Taste Connections and how Taste Connections is doing under Matt Lethy's legislation leadership. So whether you're someone who is directly impacted by HCU, a caregiver, or a healthcare professional, this episode is for you. Let's get started. Can you share with us your personal journey with classical HCU? Whether and when you were first diagnosed, and and how it has impacted your life.
Yes, I can. First, I was diagnosed late at the age of 2 years old because of seizures. I was admitted in the hospital in London, England, with seizures. Finally, after a lot of tests, the doctors at the hospital diagnosed me with classical homocystinuria. Everything revolves around my diet. I still take my seizure medication and watch what I eat. I have a lot of fractures on my shoulder, knee, etc. In 2019, after a big fall, even with surgery with plates and screws on my right foot, leg and ankle, it took me nearly 1.5 years to recover from the surgery. I was afraid I was not going to be able to recover. It took a lot of patience for me to actually deal with it. Like actually for the first 4 weeks I was actually in a cast. Then I was in a then I was in a brace. Then slowly I could use it. After that I actually needed a walker to actually walk, and so on. And it was very tricky for the doctors to actually recover. I mean, to actually do my foot, and just to see whether it was properly done. Okay, what's
So,
next?
So, what are some of the most significant challenges you've faced in managing HCU on a daily basis, including dietary restrictions and medical interventions?
I'm controlling my diet, managing my formula and seizure medications. I visit my local endo every year to see whether my bone density is up to the right level. Then I take my supplements like vitamin D, multivitamin, and HCU Express formula, which is bitter in taste. It doesn't matter how bitter it is. I really have to take it because that's what gives me amount of vitamin D in it, and then also protein. Recently, my sugar level went up while recovering from surgery, but I controlled it very quickly.
Right. And so you're one of few patients who's actually diabetic as well as homocystinuria.
And not at all. I was, and while I was having surgery, it was actually 8.3. Then once I had the surgery and I was able to recover, I actually exercised on the, and then once that was over, I was able to exercise on the bike 20 to 25 minutes a day. Starting from last January, I was able to walk with my uncle from England, who actually visited me for 3 months, starting for 4 miles, and then after that on the bike I went 20 to 25 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
I did 150 to 180 calories,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to be 190 pounds. Now I've reduced it to 150.
Mm.
So now my levels have been 6.1 to 6.2.
Right, and you're talking about your diabetic levels here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and my protein levels have been the latest protein level has been homocysteine level has been 32.
Right, and for reference, normal is between 5 and 20. So, let's see. What motivated you to become an advocate for HCU awareness, and what are the primary goals you of your advocacy work?
I have created my website HCUSupport.com in 2002 to give information to everyone with recipes, etc. Like I do food demos. I mean, like I do recipe of the hash browns as an example, and then other types of recipes I do. And even now, even these days, I actually cook my own hash browns every day morning with turmeric and with a little bit of chili powder and a little bit of potatoes, mostly radish and mostly pasilla chili every day. So that's how that's what motivated me.
So what motivated you to start the website?
And what motivated me to start the website is because I have this condition called homocystinuria, and I wanted to help help other people out who have got HCU. Yeah, and then also how to travel to places, and then how to manage your diet.
Mm-hmm. How do dietary restrictions play a role in managing HCU? And we already went through that one. Let's see. How has your personal experience with HCU influenced your advocacy efforts and the support you provide to the HCU community?
But how has your personal experience? I am interested in talking with others if it helps if it helps them. That's why I started the website. I also attend every HCU conference to learn and also discuss with others. I do a lot of cooking, following the diet every day, like hash browns in the morning. And I also keep my levels and I also keep my levels constant at a constant level.
You're also involved in Taste Connections, a low protein food company. Could you tell us more about the products offered there and the significance for individuals with dietary restrictions?
Yeah, my mother Malati Ramanujam has a website called www.tasteconnections.com. There she sells cookies, breads, ready-made mixes that anyone can use to make their own breads, cookies, even tortillas that all taste great. She also has unique products like low protein popping tapioca, low protein popcorn, bacon bits, vegetarian, etc. Because of eating these products, my homocysteine levels have been very good.
So how do you help her out?
And I actually help her out with I actually help my mother out with the shipping, with doing the and I initially had my mom to set up QuickBooks when she had employees. I helped to organize their timekeeping. Currently, I help my mother with labeling, packaging for shipping, etc. She makes awesome products that taste like normal food.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the Medical Nutrition Equity Act, and how do you believe it could positively impact individuals with HCU? Similar.
My thoughts on Medical Nutrition Equity Act is to cover the medical formula to everyone, to make sure that everyone gets covered individually and they don't have to suffer without proper nutrition. Though my formula is covered by my insurance for now, it can easily change.
Mm-hmm. So what's the situation like in California, where you're at?
It is this is for me, especially my medication.
Mm-hmm.
And my medication is not fully covered, so we have to pay extra for it.
Right, you have to pay extra for the food. You said the formula is covered. You have to pay for your medications, and the formula is covered. Is the food covered?
No, it's not.
The food is not covered. So you have one.
No, it's not.
The food is not covered. Formula is covered.
Right. Individuals who are newly diagnosed with HCU and other dietary related conditions, what advice would you give them to help them navigate the challenges that they face?
Staying on the diet is very important. People can talk to me about people can talk to me about how to manage. It may look very difficult initially, but can be managed easily. This is where I can help in whatever way I can.
What has been the most rewarding aspect of your journey, and whether it's related to your advocacy work or your role in Taste Connections?
And because I keep healthy habits and also maintain my protein levels, I am able to enjoy what I do while traveling. Traveling also helps with my exercise. It has allowed me to explore and learn about history, and I like my role in these connections. There's one thing which I forgot to mention. If I need to go and eat to a restaurant occasionally outside, I actually reduce my protein content, and I eat low in protein 3 or 4 days beforehand before I do.
Okay, so going off the questions a little bit.
Sorry.
What are your favorite? No problem. What are your what kind of restaurants do you eat at? What are some of your places?
Indian restaurants, Mexican restaurants, any kind of vegetarian restaurants.
Looking ahead, what are your hopes and aspirations for the HCU community, the support available, and the dietary restrictions?
Is to know whether there is whether HCU can actually come up with an enzyme therapy capsules.
Actually, easy tabs now, but we are always looking for better treatment. Let's see. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us today on this special episode of Nutrition Equity, as we explored the world of classical homocystinuria advocacy and the vital work being done at Taste Connections. A heartfelt thank you to Bharat and for sharing his personal journey and his involvement in Taste Connections, where they provide essential low protein options. The family's dedication to supporting individuals with dietary restrictions is truly inspiring. As we wrap up today's episode, we want to remind you of the ongoing efforts to pass the Medical Nutrition Equity Act, a crucial piece of legislation that could revolutionize access to medically prescribed foods, formulas, and necessary vitamins. To learn more about the bill, explore patient stories, and understand state by state coverage differences, and take action by writing your legislators. We're currently looking for a House Republican to reintroduce the bill. Visit nutritionequity.org. It's a comprehensive resource that can empower you to make a difference. We will continue to provide updates on the progress of the bill and encourage you to reach out to share your thoughts and be part of change.
Thank you, and thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us today and thank you Bharat for sharing his story and his commitment to making a difference. I'm your host Joanna, and I look forward to having you back on Nutrition Equity for more inspiring stories and informative discussions. Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and keep advocating for nutrition equity. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.